Thank you, John. It's our pleasure now to be joined by Jeremiah Castille. Let me run down the quick bio. Former Alabama All-American at cornerback, NFL player with Tampa Bay and the Denver Broncos, heads up the Jeremiah Castille Foundation. He's the team chaplain for the University of Alabama football team, Jeremiah Castille Ministries, loving father and husband. Did I just about get it all, Jeremiah?
You did. Good morning.
And sometimes a golfer.
I play at it.
Don't we all? Thanks for joining us this morning, and we're going to get into some stuff with your work in the ministry. But first, you were on some pretty good Alabama defenses yourself, including 1979, a 12-0 national championship edition. The 1980 team had a dominant defense.
Yes, we did. Yes.
This year's defense for Alabama, do you think it has earned the right? No, there's a lot of football left to be mentioned with some of those
Not
other
yet.
Alabama. Not yet.
Not
Okay.
yet.
Tell us what you think about it, though.
Well, I was telling actually last week, Josh Chapman and I were talking in the halftime. I said, Josh, I said, y'all gave up 10 points too many.
That's right.
I said, you know what I've been thinking about? Running some gases off them 10 points we gave up on Monday with Coach Donahue. But no, I think this defense has potential to be a great one. To go down as a great defense.
Yeah, the way the game has changed offensively, and again, there's been some great defenses going all the way back to Wallace Wade, Frank Thomas, Coach Bryant in '61, and we mentioned the '79 defense, the 1980 defense, the '92 defense, the defense 2 years ago. But with the way offenses have changed with the spread and all the points that are being put up around the country, to see a team holding folks to 8 points a game is rather amazing in this day and age.
Well, one of the things that I think is helping this defense is the depth.
Right.
I think, you know, when you can get rotation in and then you don't see the play go down, then, you know, really on offensive lineman, you don't have that kind of rotation. So you can get several defensive players in. It really it gives you an advantage. You
know, the Castille name is associated with Alabama football. You started it, but your sons, Tim and Simeon, and now Caleb's on the team. Yes. And your work with the Alabama football team, and really the entire state, continues through the Jeremiah Castille Foundation. Talk to me some about that and the good work that you do. Well, I really credit Coach Bryant and my mother for the things that I do today. They really taught me to give back. And what we do in our foundation, we are involved with several things. We work within the inner city of Birmingham with fatherless young men. And then we do work here on campus with a Bible study group, student-led, called Dunamis. And the chapel work, I really enjoy that. Matter of fact, about 1:30 today, I'll be going in and getting them fired up about bringing a message and getting them fired up about being able to play the game. We do a chapel service about 4.5 hours before every game, and then we do a Bible study in my home with young couples on Wednesday night. So that kind of entails what we do on a weekly basis, and it keeps us busy. Coming up through the school system in Phoenix City, people recognize pretty quickly, I think, probably in the junior high days, that you had exceptional speed and athletic ability. Of course, you had to develop that yourself and use it, but Coach Bryant and the Alabama coaching staff took notice. You got the scholarship offer, you took it. You mentioned Coach already, but you, like so many, were impacted by him, not just as a coach, but as a person. Matter of fact, you know, within our foundation, there's 4 things I feel like is our mission. We invest, influence, impact, and inspire. And those 4 things I came up with after being called by Alabama Sports Hall of Fame to say I was being inducted, and I had an acceptance speech, and I said, when I looked at my career, what was it? And those 4 things is what I feel like starting at the university, Coach Bryant did. He invested in me, he influenced me, impacted me, and inspired me to become what God had created me to be. And I was able to do that in athletics here at the University of Alabama. Now, our guest coordinator and my sports intern, Candace Ingram, knows you and your sons and your daughter and your wife very well. She gave me a little scoop. You know, we know what Tim did here, and Simeon, both playing professional football as well, but they say that it's not even close. Jeremiah Castille is the premier athlete in the Castille family. What do you think about that? Well, I think statistically you could say that, but I would say they were actually better athletes than I was. Okay. I just probably had greater coaching. I think that's made a difference. 6 years in the NFL with the Bucs and the Broncos, you're remembered for one play. Heck, some people aren't remembered for any plays, but you're remembered for one of the legendary plays in NFL playoff history. After the drive and following the '86 season, Elway beat the Browns. The Browns came to Denver following the '87 season, and Biner's about to score, tying up the game. 2-yard line. And the fumble. Tell us what happened. Well, I actually was the nickelback in that year with the Broncos, and the guy that I played behind caught a cramp in his calf. And that's how I actually got in the game. Okay. The last 2 minutes. The drive going in before this last drive, they scored a touchdown on me. And that actually set me up to make that play because I was in a man bump.
And on that
backed off a
particular
little.
play, I backed off because I said, man, they do that again. We can score another touchdown. Gave me a chance to see the play develop. Ernest buying a quick toss, quick read for me. And I beat my receiver to the point of attack. And I'm standing there on 2-yard line. I'm like, what do I do with this big old guy? And I'll be honest with you, I didn't want to hit him.
You stripped him.
So I stripped the ball.
We see it all the time still on NFL films. Real quickly, Jeremiah, through the work in the foundation and the ministry, you've got some great things come up, including a big golf tournament. That's one of your major fundraisers. Tell us a little bit about that.
Yes, Gary, we'll be playing there at Eagle Point Golf Course on November the 4th, day before the LSU game. And we've got some great former Alabama players playing. So Randy Stacy is coming in. We got former great coach Bill Oliver, Brother Oliver coming. Coach Bobby Bowden, and then a host of Auburn players also be coming in.
And some great sponsors that are making
yes,
all this
we
possible.
do. We'd like to thank America's First Credit Union as a title sponsor, and TJ's on 4th for lunch and Chick-fil-A for breakfast.
All right, Jeremiah, appreciate the time.
I enjoyed it.
I'm going to have to go out and run a route and see if you can cover me.
Okay.
I'm just teasing, John.